Good morning, I am Alexandra. The history of the Ecuadorian educational system reconstructing basic education in Ecuador. They create a basic school in each town with a population of at least 100 settlers, which include indigenous towns. Education was considered public, free, and with the aim of serving the entire population. They used the Lascarian method. Difference between the education of the whites, indigenous, and mestizos. Basic education still mainly served the white population and particularly white males. Women received useful knowledge inspired by values of piety, modesty, and honor. Education for mestizos and for the indigenous population focused on moral and religious principles and artisans. The first half of the 20th century modern school and Catholic education. Education in the first half of the 20th century is characterized by a transition from a system based on Christianity and its conception of the Christian home to the modern school as an independent institution. The 1904 resume says that high schools it was reduced from 7 to 6 years. They specialized in philosophy, mathematics, and natural science. The methodology used was based on principles inspired by the active school. Velasco supported a teaching called non-politicity favoring the influence of the Catholic Church in education. It also authorized to establish private university, and as part of it, the foundation of the Catholic University of Ecuador was possible. The second half of the 20th century educational reforms policy led to an accelerated expansion of education and literacy programs across the country. The first curriculum reform of the new era was designed in 1964 and include a plan that equates the duration of compulsory education 6 years, 3 in rural and urban schools. The 1970s were also heavily influenced by educational strategies developed by foreign experts and technocrats. The democratic government proposed a national pedagogical debate. Neoliberalism and globalization. The context of education in Latin America since the 1990s. Neoliberalism and globalization. Neoliberalism is identified